so used to having the iPad, and I'm trying to...
See, my laptop has a touchscreen.
Oh, that's what I need.
Moved by Councillor Moffat, seconded by Councillor Rolla. Resolved that the regular meeting commence at the hour of 7 p.m. And be it further resolved that Council acknowledges that we are meeting in the Robinson Superior Treaty Area on lands that have been traditionally used by several Indigenous nations. But we would like to pay special recognition to our closest Indigenous neighbours, the communities of Bidagau, Nishnabik, and Pic-Mobert First Nation. We wish to recognize the long history of the First Nations and the Métis people in our region specifically and show respect to them today. All in favour? Thank you. Call the meeting to order. We have an addition to the agenda. We're bringing closed session item number 15-01 to open session under business item number 13-02. Moved by Councillor Rolla, seconded by Councillor Moffat. Resolved that the agenda be approved as amended. All in favour? Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest or general nature thereof? Seeing none, we'll move to the approval of the agenda. And we'll move to delegations and presentations. We have none, so we'll go to the adoption of minutes. Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Roll. Resolved that the minutes of the special meeting held on June 5th, 2020 are adopted as circulated. All in favour? Moved by Councillor Moffat, seconded by Councillor Hudson. Resolved that the minutes of the special meeting held on June 9th, 2020 are adopted as circulated. All in favour? Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Moffat. Resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting held on June 10th, 2020 are adopted as circulated. All in favour? Moved by Councillor Rolla, seconded by Councillor Hudson. Resolved that the 2019 annual report from the Manitowoc's Public Library Board be accepted as received. All in favour? Moved by Councillor Moffat, seconded by Councillor Rolla. Resolved that the minutes of the meeting of the Manitowoc's Public Library Board held April 21st, 2020 regular and May 15, 2020 special be accepted as received. All in favour? Moved by Councillor Rolla, seconded by Councillor Moffat. Resolved that the minutes of the meetings of the Thunder Bay District Social Service Administration Board held May 21st, 2020 be accepted as received. All in favour? Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Rolla, being a bylaw to adopt the estimates for the sums required during the year 2020 for general purposes of the Corporation of Township of Manitowoc and repeal bylaw number 2019-12 be read a first and second time.
John, the verbal update.
Pardon me?
The verbal update. On the agenda.
Okay, I missed that. Sorry for that. Okay. We'll go to the verbal update first. Sorry. Yes.
Thank you. Through the chair, I'd like to first advise that the provincial government extended the provincial declaration, declared state of emergency regarding COVID until July 15th. Effective today, so we'll be into the middle of July under present regulations. And we remind the public that if you're not feeling well, stay at home. And if you think you've been exposed to COVID, please seek testing at our local Santé Manitowoc healthcare to get that taken care of. We ask for your continued cooperation and support of our local retailers. We need them and they need you. The bear dumpsters have been placed around the community for household kitchen waste. There has been bear sightings in the community already, and that we ask for the community's best practices with your garbage and continued due diligence. We're having a meeting tomorrow afternoon with the president of the Manitowoc Golden Age Club to further their developments of the club and report back to council on their request, so that's underway. The COVID support program with the Extreme dollars, we've ordered the dollars, they're being printed, and in the next week and a bit we will get all the information out to the public on the rollout. So we're looking at having a fillable form per civic address. They complete the form and we'll process them and get the Extreme dollars to them. So that'll all be in the form, in the format with our social media and mail drop that we're going to be putting out regarding to the program. So that's good. Wednesday is going to be July 1st Canada Day, so that the municipal office will be closed. I know we're basically under kind of closed conditions now with COVID, but the process that we have is public either phone or email in, make appointments and do business with it. It's been successful, and we hope that everybody's getting the service that they require. The community center and library are continuing to work in tandem to support the COVID rules with residential access to books and booking computer times with the library and stuff. And they're appreciative of the respect that residents are showing abiding by the rules and use of the library. They are hoping, we got a mix of things going on right now. We have to repair the pool liner, and we need some dry weather to do that. And we had the watering pump at the golf course fail for the grass, so we need rain to water the grass. So we're in a mixed dilemma there, but they are dealing with those two issues. And that the new appliances for the kitchen at the golf hut have been ordered, and we're hoping to see those soon. Even though COVID has restricted a lot of the Canada Day activities, there will be a golf tournament for families at the golf course on Canada Day, and there's prizes and stuff available for that. There will also be a Canada Day family scavenger hunt that you can go on the social media for the municipality, and the information will be available for that there. So there is some opportunity to participate in a couple of Canada Day events that day in limited amounts. So wish everybody happy Canada Day.
Thank you. I'll read the first bylaw again. Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Rowland, being a bylaw to adopt the estimates of the sums required during the year 2020 for general purposes of the Corporation of the Township of Manitowoc, and to repeal bylaw 2019-12, be read a first and second time. Is there any explanation required for that?
No, I believe we've had our deliberations, and if there's no questions of council, it'll be a matter of passing the bylaws
Okay.
to the chair.
And further be read a third time, passed and numbered as bylaw number 2020-14. All in favor? Thank you. Moved by Councillor Moffat, seconded by Councillor Hudson, being a bylaw to provide the adoption of the tax rates and to further provide for penalty and interest in default of payment thereof for 2020, and to repeal bylaw number 2019-13, be read a first and second time. And further be read a third time, passed and numbered as bylaw number 2020-15. All in favor? Moved by Councillor Arola, seconded by Councillor Moffat, being a bylaw to set the 2020 transition ratio and set the rate reduction for prescribed property subclasses, and to repeal bylaw 2019-14 be read a first and second time. And furthermore be read a third time, passed and numbered as bylaw number 2020-16. All in favor? Moved by Councillor Arola, seconded by Councillor Hudson, being a bylaw to repeal bylaw number 2020-12, being a bylaw to promote and regulate physical distancing during the COVID-19 emergency within the Township of Manitowoc, be read a first and second time. And further be read a third time, passed and numbered as bylaw number 2020-17. All in favor? Moved by Councillor Moffat, seconded by Councillor Rolla, being a bylaw to enter into an agreement with Her Majesty the Queen in Right of Ontario as represented by the Minister of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs for investing in Canada Infrastructure Program, ICIP, Rural and Northern Stream Project transfer payments be read a first and second time. Is there any explanation needed for that?
This is the airport funding. This is the legal agreement for that funding. So it's a $3.3 million project with $3.1 million coming through the provincial federal ICIP funding program. So this will get that money flowing for us.
Very good. And furthermore, be read a third time, passed and numbered as bylaw number 2020-18. All in favor? Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Moffat. Resolved that Council is in receipt of Administration Report EDO 2020-05 submitted by Florence McLean, Economic Development Officer, regarding investing in Canada Infrastructure Program ICIP Rural and Northern Stream Transfer Payment Agreement.
That is the actual agreement that we'll have to get you to sign.
Right.
Is that not the right program, Shalene?
This is further to the bylaw.
Okay.
Yeah,
this is
giving permission for.
Okay. And be it further resolved that upon conclusion of the Council's review and consideration, direct staff as follows. The Council authorizes the Mayor and Acting Chief Administration Officer to enter into a transfer payment agreement with the Province of Ontario to undertake the airport paving project in 2020. All in favor? Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Roll. Resolved that Council is in receipt of Administration Report FBA 2020-04 submitted by Owen Cranny, Acting CAO, regarding surplus properties.
These are a number of properties that we've come in ownership with over a few years regarding to failed tax sales and stuff. So we're now the owner. So what we do at this point is we declare them surplus. We look at the properties and assess whether they're safe to place on the market either because of structural concerns or whatever. We usually sell as is, where is, and to get those listed or to receive offers on them.
Any questions? Okay. And be it further resolved that upon conclusion of Council's review and consideration, direct staff as follows. Council declares the following properties as surplus. 15 Agua Gardens, 17 Agua Gardens, 7 Barnett Street, 9 Falcon Avenue, 46 Manitou West, 7 Otter Avenue, 2224 Shibandawan, 18 Warbler Drive, 35 Wendigo Street, and 8 Winona Drive. All in favor? The next item is the 13-02, which is moved up from closed session.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So as Council is aware, we've been working with Barrick Mines on a COVID stimulus program. They've rolled out made their public announcements in the last 2 days about the program, and we've had meetings with them over the last few weeks on ways to make the program work for the community, and we're looking at partnership with Barrick and the Manitouwadge MEDC to look after a loan program for small business stimulus. So we've reached that agreement, we've had it vetted out, and we have to receive the funds to the community. So it will be a charitable donation, which then we will turn around and grant to the MEDC to use those funds to operate the program. So we've had that all vetted out and have the legal agreement in place for the program. And also have a resolution from the MEDC to oversee the program. So, I don't know if there's any particular questions. Florence did a lot of work on this particular program, and there will be a committee formed of one person from each community and some barrack staff to oversee the loan process. If there's anything else, there was a report in your closed session. I guess it's still upstairs or in their envelopes, unfortunately. And are we looking for the mayor to sign this agreement, or that's for the MEDC to sign?
That's for the MEDC.
MEDC to sign, yeah. So.
Okay.
Any questions? There's also a stimulus program which was taking part now, very similar to what the community is doing, but with barrack dollars. You'll see those out in the community as well now, and in businesses as well.
Okay, if no further questions. Moved by Councillor Moffat, seconded by Councillor Roll. Resolved that Council is in receipt of Administration Report EDO 2020-06 submitted by Florence McCain, Economic Development Officer, regarding Hemlo Superior Loan Fund, and be it further resolved that upon conclusion of Council's review and consideration, we direct staff as follows. Council approves and authorizes staff to enter into a partnership with Barrick Hemlo Operations and the Manitowoc Economic Development Corporation, MEDC, to administer the Hemlo Superior Loans Fund, and further that Council accepts Barrick's donation in the amount of $200,000 with thanks, and further that Council directs staff to issue a charitable tax receipt to Barrick for the donation, and further that Council authorizes the transfer of grant funds in the amount of $200,000 to the Economic Development Corporation to set up the Hemlo Superior Loan Fund, and further that Council directs staff to provide ongoing in-kind support to the MEDC to administer the loan program. All in favor? There are no motions or notice of motions, so we'll read the resolution to go into closed session. Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Moffat. Whereas Section 239.4 of the Municipal Act 2001, SO 2001, C25, provides that before holding a meeting or part of a meeting that is to be closed to the public, the municipality or local board or committee of either of them shall state by resolution the fact of holding of the closed meeting and the general nature of the matter to be considered at the closed meeting. Now therefore be it resolved that this meeting is hereby closed to the public, as the subject matter being discussed falls only in the following section. Section 239.2C, a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality or local board. Offer on municipality property. All in favor?